very good morning, everybody. Nancy, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So what's happened today? What is this for?
I passed my driving test. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah.
Beautifully, and you did it first attempt.
Yep.
With 3 minors.
Yep.
That's remarkable.
Thank you.
So how do you feel about it? How was it?
I was definitely nervous walking into the test, but I'm overjoyed at the moment, I would say.
Okay, I think we need to explain it to the entire British public. You done a serious mistake yesterday.
Yes.
With your Ola. He was sitting here when we done the mock test yesterday.
Yep.
And then you explained to me you were watching TikTok videos about the mistakes. Regardless, I told you don't watch YouTube videos because it could confuse you.
Yeah.
But you went on TikTok and you watched 10,000 and then you've been laughing about it. Even all about mistakes the candidates they done on the driving test.
Yeah.
And then on a mock test, you done exactly the same one. So you did drive totally differently because you learned those mistakes which you never done it before.
Yeah.
And kind of you gave yourself the liberty to making those silly mistakes which you never done before.
Yeah.
And I was very upset. Look, I don't want to ruin your moment,
Yeah,
but obviously for the next candidate,
yeah.
don't watch anything. Your instructor should give you a clear mindset, okay? And if you see watching anything on YouTube, TikTok, that could confuse you.
Yeah.
Here, your brain would have many, many systems. So that's why yesterday I asked you not watching anything.
Yeah, and I followed that.
Yes, and then you did perfectly well. You came from a different country. Your father, thanks to your father, he did a great job because he taught you very well to drive. So basically we needed just kind of polishing up your driving standard and then a little bit updating and adjusting to the British standard.
Yeah.
So how was it from the very beginning when we started to work together?
Yeah, so I kind of like, you were my first ever choice. Like I didn't look back once I read all, what, like how much good and like absolutely perfect things people had to tell about you. More than 1,200 plus, like, 5-star reviews, like, that has to be.
It gives you confidence. Thank you very much.
And I came with like a lot of pre-learned habits, which were definitely not for driving in the UK. So like, with your help, I had to like unlearn bit by bit. And that's the credit I would give you as well. I have never felt overwhelmed in a class because you knew when to give me the information and where. Even like mirror checks, we kind of polished it up like in the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Until then, hard. You didn't pressure me at all about it.
Because you've done it thereafter.
Yeah, so that I would definitely say helped, a gradual introduction of new ideas.
Rather than just throwing you everything and then you wouldn't know which one you need to pay more attention. Okay, lovely. And we had a mock test yesterday and your partner was here sitting as well. And then we identified a couple of things. And then you went home and you processed the information.
Yes. So definitely do not watch any extra videos. So it came from, me watching people doing mistakes. And, it comes as like a fun thing to watch. And then in reality, it kind of messes with your brain and the system you have. And you find yourself making those silly mistakes. The one I made was, the very abrupt one I made was signal left to take the first exit in the roundabout, and I went straight ahead.
On the mock test.
And and that was really, really bad.
Because we misleaded everybody.
Yeah.
You never done this before.
Yeah.
But then you learn from that silly TikTok, oh, this is a mistake, I can do it as well, why not? I had to mention it because that helped you yesterday. I said, no more videos, you can watch
I watched
videos.
Yours and
you can watch
a couple of
your
interviews.
Own instructor videos, but don't watch anybody's. Don't watch silly videos because they are for different purpose. They're serving different purpose on TikTok or YouTube, whatever. Just take this seriously because it's easy to fail the driving test.
Yeah, it's all about concentration and going with what your brain is, kind of trained to do and going with your system and not confusing with other, like, there are plenty of ways to do one thing.
Yes.
And
not necessarily bad ones.
Yeah.
Stick to one method. Ask your instructor what would you recommend to watch because it's different method could be good, but if you learn a different way, then you could be confused.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say to the next candidate, key moment?
Yeah, so absolutely. So that was during our first lesson, I would say, in terms of how we kind of, the rapport we had. And always go with your gut feeling. The first lesson I had with you, I knew you were the one I wanted to learn from. So definitely go with your gut feeling,
Yes.
I would say.
And don't commit yourself for the first lesson. I always say my assistant as well, don't let the candidate to pay 10 lessons in advance. Just pay for one lesson, and then if you're happy, you can continue it. But it's a big thing, so you need to really click with the person,
Yep.
otherwise it's not going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think being a learner driver, we kind of are very hard on ourselves. You know, we can't help it. Like I am very hard on myself. And there were a couple of moments in the current test where I thought for sure I had done like a dangerous mistake, despite the examiner not reacting like any way to it. But I had to tell myself back that, you know, you probably haven't. You have probably made a minor fault and not losing that concentration at that point.
Yes, don't leave your brain back there.
Yeah,
The
and-
5 killers video is very useful.
Yep. And I had to just, you know,
Keep going,
keep
maintaining the
going,
same
look
tempo.
ahead the road, what is coming up, and the anticipation lesson that we had, very important. That
you.
you know, look far ahead
And scan.
and not have.
You're a young doctor, as I always said to you, like you have a baby and the ultrasound scan, you scan top to toe, you need to hear in the first windscreen, you need to scan it, you need to know, because we had a couple of occasions this morning when you had a kind of
tunnel vision. Yep.
That's why it's important to drive before the driving test,
Yep.
to polishing up if you have, because of the stress. Of course, we started to a little bit narrowing down. That's my job to say, no, you need to widening it.
Yeah, it's kind of like an important thing as well, taking you along in the driving test.
The instructor.
It helped me massively. Like I had my heart in my throat when we were walking down to the waiting room, but when I said, yes, I want my driving instructor to be with me, it just like all of my stress lifted away. Like, you know, it's like having a friend, like, you know,
Yes.
someone you had known for the past.
Couple of weeks,
Yeah.
yes, because it wasn't a long time with you to spend, but yes, we connected, and then you feel a little bit more supported.
Yes, so definitely yes to taking
Okay,
you with the
lovely.
I slept for 10 hours last night. I thought I wouldn't be able to sleep, but I just forced myself to bed and closed my eyes and said, I'm going to sleep.
Well done.
And you know, I fell asleep in the next few minutes or so. So definitely don't sit up watching any videos. So
Yes.
just go to bed.
Okay, lovely. At the end, the examiner said to you, very good drive. He praised you as well.
Brilliant teaching.
Oh, yes.
From
Finally, you
Of
spit
course.
it out. Thank you very much. They rarely praising an instructor, but he
Oh.
did. Thank you very much. So we wish the best of luck to the next candidate. If you're Ola, he is coming very
Yep.
soon. So, but the others one as well. Good luck, and then listen to your instructor, because
Yeah.
they should do the best for you, and don't watch silly videos because they ruin your confidence, they ruin your mindset.
and definitely recommend it.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
have a safe drive.